Listen up, there's not a moment to spare. It's quite a drop from the top, so how you feeling down there? It's a cold, cruel, harsh reality. Caught, stuck here with your enemies. Who do you think you are? Tearing us all apart. Where did you think you could go? 'Cause everyone already knows it's 20 to 1. Yeah, so you better run. You got the world on its knees. You're taking all that you please. You want more, but you get nothing from me. You like the burden we bear. You love the hate that we share. You want more, but you get nothing from me. But enemies, enemies. You started something that you just couldn't stop. You turned the ones that you love into the angriest mob. And the one last wish is that you pay for it. And there's no way you're getting out of this. Who do you think you are? Tearing us all apart. Where did you think you could go? 'Cause everyone already knows it's 20 to 1. Yeah, so you better run. You got the world on its knees. You're taking all that you please. You want more, but you get nothing from me. You like the burden we bear. You love the hate that we share. You want more, but you get nothing from me. But enemies, enemies, enemies. Where did you think you could go? 'Cause everyone already knows it's 20 to 1. Yeah, so you better run. You got the world on its knees. You're taking all that you please. You want more, but you get nothing from me. You like the burden we bear. You love the hate that we share. You want more, but you get nothing from me. You got the world on its knees. You're taking all that you please. You want more, you get nothing from me. You like the burden we bear. You love the hate that we share. You want more, you get nothing from me. But enemies, enemies,
Oh my God. And oh jeez. What is going on, guys? Welcome to this edition of Raw Reaction. Just finishing up Monday Night Raw. And dear fucking Lord. This just... Okay, the fact that he's able to still stand up after that is just amazing. Yes, I am watching on Sling TV, so my reception is not exactly the best. And I get it. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. That was just insane. The fact of the matter that was how they ended Monday Night Raw. Just, oh my gosh. That is just insane. That just blew away every single time that Big Show and Mark Henry, Big Show and Lesnar. This just, oh my gosh. You know what? Let's just get right into talking about Monday Night Raw. This is all about one thing and one thing only, and that is Braun Strowman being this just, oh my gosh, just being this monstrous force that is just unparalleled, unstoppable, unbelievable. They are booking him so well. Tonight was no exception to the rule. Kicked off just saying, hey, I destroyed Roman Reigns, and I could do that to anybody, anywhere. And next thing you know, here comes Kurt Angle, and he says, you know what? You should be suspended for this, but I'm going to give Roman his revenge. He's going to get you at Payback. And Braun's just saying, oh, that's great, but what about tonight? And Kurt's just saying, what about tonight? You should be suspended after what you did. But you know what? I'm just going to give you the night off. And Braun's just saying, that ain't going to happen. I wanted real competition. I went through this whole entire thing with Mick Foley, and you know what happened. So what do you think is going to happen? And he basically gave him the same ultimatum. He said, either give me competition or else. And it just built up from there. And we're going to actually talk about the build-up a little bit later on in the show, because it is the best way to build it up to the main event of what we just saw. Holy cow. Okay, so first matchup of the night was the matchup between Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe with Seth Rollins on commentary. Was a pretty decent matchup, to say the least. Very impressed with how Chris Jericho was just able to make Samoa Joe again look like a bona fide star. Just made him look like a massive, just amazing person. The ending came about with Samoa Joe locking in the Coquina Clutch. Jericho tried to do the whole deal where he bounces off the turnbuckles and does a pin, but that didn't work, and he ended up getting locked into the Coquina Clutch, into, where Samoa Joe wraps his legs around, and Chris Jericho just had to tap out. And Seth Rollins, he's ready to go. He was just saying, I've slayed kings, and I'm going to slay Samoa Joe at Payback. And Samoa Joe was basically saying, hey, you did what you did at WrestleMania, and I'm not going to stand by it for that. But he also reminded him what happened to him the first night that Samoa Joe came out, and the sounds that he had to hear of his ligaments and his tendons just popping and tearing and just getting destroyed. It was a great promo, but Seth Rollins replied in probably the best way by saying that Payback will be a bitch. Looking forward to seeing it, because they announced it earlier in the night. Seth Rollins will go one-on-one with Samoa Joe at Payback. I expect that matchup to just be a barn burner. It is going to be really good. I think that it will probably come close to matching the intensity as well as the wrestling skills that Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho can provide. But we will have to wait and see how well that goes. So, oh my gosh, there's just so much to talk about. There was supposed to be a tag team matchup in which we saw, the Club was going to take on Golden Truth, but Golden Truth got taken out by Braun Strowman, just again showing that he wanted competition, he wanted to fight, and what happened was Enzo and Cass came out, and they basically said, hey, we're going to take you guys on, no problem. A fairly decent tag team matchup. Obviously, they still have a little bit of things to work on. But in all honesty, this was still a pretty good tag team match. I think the chemistry between Enzo and Cass and the Club are only going to get a little bit better and better as time goes on. So, looking forward to seeing what they have going on for the Club. Like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes, considering the fact that they are not in the tag team title picture right now. But they will probably more than likely be in the tag team title hunt in the near future, probably after Payback. I would expect, the Club versus the Hardys to possibly be on the main card of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. So, looking forward to seeing how that goes. Next up was I'm just probably going to just hop around all over the place, talking about some of the matches that were going on tonight. So, let's see, I'm trying to think of what else was there. The Fatal 4-Way matchup for the number one contendership for the Raw Women's Championship took place, and it was amazing. Sasha Banks versus Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Alexa Bliss, this was her hometown, and the crowd was just electric for her. They were just solely behind her. Matchup itself was pretty good. Mickie James and Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, they all looked really good in this matchup. It was tremendous. 4 women going out there and showing that this is what we're willing to do to fight for a championship. You can only imagine what it's going to be when it's all on the line. It is going to definitely be one of the craziest matches, I believe. But in the end, we saw Nia Jax hitting a Samoa drop on Sasha Banks, and then Alexa Bliss dropkicked Nia Jax out of the ring, and pin Sasha Banks for the 1-2-3, getting the win not only in her hometown, but getting the very important number 1 contendership win to face Bayley at Payback in San Jose, California. So, the thing about the women's division right now for Raw is that it's still in dire need of trying to build up more stars. And I think that when they pulled up, Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, they definitely got a lot more star power. I think that SmackDown Live still has a pretty good women's roster, but Raw is starting to get a better one because they picked off probably the 2 top women of SmackDown Live, other than Becky Lynch and Naomi. So this was a very good matchup, and it definitely showcased a lot of them. I suspect that it's going to be probably Mickie James versus Sasha Banks. They're probably going to do a brief feud, probably with a big payoff at Payback. I see Bayley retaining at the Payback event because it is, A, her hometown, and B, I think they're still going to try to build up the Sasha Banks, Bayley feud and possibly Sasha Banks heel turn. So, in all honesty, I'm hoping that happens sooner rather than later. The thing is that I would have had Sasha Banks win this. I mean, no disrespect to how they booked it. I thought that, having Alexa Bliss win was great. But I probably would have had Sasha Banks win it. And I would have Sasha Banks win the title at Payback, but also do it by heel tactics. I think that's the only way that you can truly make that work. It would be in Bayley's hometown, and she basically gets screwed out of her title. It just seems like it would work. In all honesty, it would just work out very well. I think it would just be the best way to have, Sasha turn heel and also end Bayley's title run, which I think a lot of us are not exactly very fond of her reign to begin with. So, yeah, hopefully they do something about that. But I do suspect that Bayley's going to be the champion for a little while longer. If not at least till SummerSlam, maybe. I suspect that they are definitely going to have, Bayley versus Mickie James in the near future. Bayley versus Nia Jax will probably be another one. They might even throw, Bayley versus Emma in there. And I want to actually talk a little bit about Emma in just a bit. But they are getting better with the women's division. I think now that they're really showcasing a lot of the talent there, that's really going to help that division shine more. Interesting thing about Emma is that Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox, they were looking at footage of Alicia Fox getting humiliated on 205 Live, where I guess there was like one of those moments where it was like a flower bomb or whatever, just blew up in her face as soon as she opened up a box and something like that. And Emma was just basically saying, "Oh, didn't you know that Dana Brooke was laughing at you, sharing it all over the place, and blah blah blah." But the interesting part about this was the fact that Emma said that Dana made a comment or a joke per se about Alicia Fox, saying that she's never seen that much of an explosion on Alicia Fox's face. And honestly, I had to do like a double take to the TV and say, did she just make a sex joke? I mean, I understand, it's one of those things where, it's just, okay. In all fairness, the representation is there. So the sex joke is immediately implied. It's white stuff. It's in her face. It's just right there, you guys. The joke is there. You set it up. It just seems to make sense. I am immature and I do not care. They could not make that more purposefully than they could. Because honestly, geez Louise. So, all this proved was that Emma was trying to get under Dana Brooke's skin, saying, oh, hey, you wanted to, be out on your own, so I'm just kind of helping the cause, I guess. It's just one of those kind of interesting deals where they are building up Emma versus Dana Brooke in the near future, which I'm totally okay with. I think it'd be very interesting to see. The Miz TV segment with Dean Ambrose was really, really good. I thought that the interaction between them was phenomenal. Dean Ambrose, of course, coming out, doing some of his, basic face tactics where, he would just come out and he would just make fun of, The Miz and his maroon suit and his. This was weird.